Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the Fantasy Forecast Optimal Cash Lineups video for FanDuel for Leap Year Day 2016. My projections and GPP lineup video are already up on YouTube, so if I skip explaining why I'm using a player in my own optimal cash lineup in this video, you'll find that results in the projections video that was posted last night. Also, I'll review the results of yesterday's lineups, but just the scores. I want to try to get the other ones out today, and this is getting to be longer videos. I need to find a way to do that a little bit faster. Remember, the lineups always look slightly different each day. I do the review for the scores based on late lineup news that I have a chance to react to. For example, news broke very close to lineup lock yesterday that Lowry would be sitting, and we also got news that Fournier wasn't going to play either, and that screwed up a lot of lineups, and you need to change them real fast. As soon as that news hit, Twitter got very quiet because everyone suddenly jumped on FanDuel to make their changes. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 optimal lineups from the main free lineup providers first, in order each day. If for some reason any of these sites don't have optimal lineups ready by about 1 o'clock East Coast time, which is mainly roto grinders, they're a little slow sometimes, I'll skip them and then I'll post their optimal on Twitter when it becomes available. I'm going to start with roto grinders, I'll do roto wire second, I'll do fantasy pros third, and daily fantasy cafe fourth. And then finally, I'll do my own optimal cash lineup, and that one I'll give the commentary on my own personal picks if I didn't explain them in the previous projections and GPP video. Okay, so first up we have roto grinders. I'm going to go ahead and squish this over right now so we can look at the screen here. And we'll refocus in. And let's go ahead and pull up what they actually did. Let's see here. We'll zoom in a little for you guys too. There we go. Okay. This is my optimal cash lineup for today. I'm just going to leave it on that screen for the moment until we can get to the other ones. Okay? So starting there, you guys should be able to see that whole thing. I hope so. I might have to pull out a little bit here. Make sure you can see Jokic in there. Oh, there you go. Yes. Sorry, this is a work in progress, guys. I apologize for the delay there. Okay, so yesterday Roto Grinders scored a 214, and I didn't have a chance to sub Fournier out of their lineup, and even if we did get notice that he wouldn't play, you know, let's assume they hit 5 times value on it, they probably would have scored a 241. So today, here's their optimal lineup. They are running with MCW and Mac to start with, and I think they're at the very top right here, yes. They got Michael Carter-Williams and Sheldon Mack at the point guard. They have Harden and Stevenson at the shot guard. They've got LeBron James and Antetokounmpo Mpoko at small forward. They've got Parker and Ibaka at power forward. And at center, they have Gobert today. They're projecting this to score a 303. And again, this is from Roto Grinders. Next up, we're going to go to Roto Wire. Roto Wire is a Wesley Conley. Ibaka right here. So they have at point guard Westbrook and Conley. At shot guard, Ellis and Redick. At small forward, they've got Durant and Brewer. At power forward, they have Randolph and Ibaka. And at center, well, they had Brandon Wright, but you can tell right there it's out. And they did even mention on that they weren't sure if it was going to play, so this is going to change. I'll show you how we do this right now. Let's see who else is available cheaply. Just for the moment, we'll drop in Hill, and we'll save it, and then we'll see if there's an optimal later. Done. Okay, so that takes care of, and they were projecting it to score 292, but that apparently just changed with that right problem at the bottom. So, moving on. Let's go to Fantasy Pros. Fantasy Pros yesterday, their optimal also had to be adjusted last minute because of the lineup changes. It only came out at 234, excuse me. Today, though, here's their optimal lineup. And they are running with Michael Carter-Williams and Sheldon Mack at the point guard position. They have Harden and Beal in the shot guard position. They've got LeBron James and Rudy Gay at small forward. We have Kevin Love and Jones in power forward. And at center, they have Gobert. And they're projecting this lineup to come out at 287. Moving on to Daily Fantasy Cafe. Daily Fantasy Cafe has given us this for today. And yesterday, I didn't get an optimal from them in time, so there isn't anything to compare to. But for today, they're projecting this to come out at 304, with point guard Westbrook and Mack, shot guard Barton and Redick, small forward James and Bogdanovic, power forward Young and Fariad, and center DeAndre Jordan. And finally, moving on to my own ideal lineup that I've set up. It's down here. My balanced cash lineup for today is at point guard Westbrook and Collison. And I'll go ahead and start to explain since this is my own. I've explained Russell already, but I like Collison to round out cash tonight because of the potential injuries to Rondo. If he's out, this is a bargain all day long, and seeing as how it's doubtful right now that Rondo will go, I'm just locking Collison in the lineup now. I'll make a change later if I have to, and I'll tweet it out. At shot guard tonight, I have Harden and Barton. I'm passing on Durant here for cash tonight and taking Harden because the floor is wonderful for the Beard against the Bucks tonight. He's going to do better than he did against the stingy Spurs. I'm rounding out shot guard with Barton because we know that with Gallo out now, he's going to be living on the court tonight. I was saying you might as well just put a tent up on it. And he's really a pretty damn good shooter too, so post him up all night, man. At small forward, I'm taking Covington and Barnes. James is a good play here too, but I'm looking for balance on a cash lineup. And Covington provides it tonight in both minutes and the opponent. I've explained him tonight in the previous videos. Rounding out with Barnes, he has a great matchup against the Nuggets tonight for his position, and he gets tons of minutes. Again, exactly what we need for a cash line. Okay, at power forward, I'm taking Ibaka and Parker. The case for Ibaka is just simple. It's a nice high-scoring game against Sacramento. There's not much D at the position for Sacramento, and he's just always on the floor too, which gives us a great floor for a cash lineup. I explained the case for Parker in my last video. It doesn't matter whether you're doing cash or GPP today, guys. Parker should be in almost everyone's lineup, unless you're going contrarian. At center on this lineup, we have Jokic tonight. This is not a sexy pick, and I really don't like what happens when he gets in foul trouble because it kills lineups. But when the kid does stay in the game for half the game or so, he wildly exceeds value, and Memphis is a good opponent for a center to have a good fantasy game. Okay, so that's all the optimal lineups for today from all the providers and my own recommended cash lineup. I got hit the last minute with the Lowry news and the Fournier news as well, and I didn't build a good projected lineup fast enough, and that's such as fantasy sports. As for this lineup, I'm projecting it to score 298. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for notifications on the latest videos, and follow on Twitter at MikeMiller78 for the latest news, injuries, and any lineup changes. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Go out there and go win some money.